Hello everyone, this is George with the Paper Panda Crafts. I have y'all a little zoomed in today because I'm going to show y'all how I've been making these little danglies. I've been making them to hang off of like notebooks or whatever I want to have them hang off of. So yeah, if you want to see how I make them, stick around. Alright guys, so like I said, I have y'all a little zoomed in because, I'm going to be dealing with little things and hopefully y'all can see everything and hopefully I keep everything in frame because I had a hard enough time keeping in frame zoomed out, let alone zoomed in. I don't have that much space to work in. So these are the ones that I've made so far. And really there's no right or wrong way to make these, really no rhyme or reason, just whatever I feel like putting together is what I do. So, but yeah, so let's start off by showing you what I use. So I use just some Husky brand pliers. They're not jewelry making pliers, but they're just the Husky brand pliers that I got. I picked them up at Lowe's. There was a whole set of different cutter, pliers and wire snips for $10. So I was like, hey, might as well. And they work. So they got little springs. So yeah. And not only is this going to be a little tutorial, but it's kind of going to be a demo too, all in one. I'm going to show y'all this little gadget here that I picked up. And it's for making the little loops at the end of your eye pins. So yeah. So I have here my little box of different little closures and stuff. So we are going to use, let's try and make another gold one. So I'm going to use a 14 millimeter gold lobster claw clasp. And sure, I will take out some of these things. And these are just little bead toppers, I think they're called. And they like to stick together. So I'll take out a couple of those. There we go. And I will take out a gold eye pin, which they're all mixed together, of course. In fact, I'll probably use a couple of them. I have all different colors. And really, the color of the eye pin, I guess it doesn't matter so much because you're really not going to see it. But the little part that you will see, I just want it to match. So I got 2 of those, and I think that's it for now. I might use some of the jump rings, I might not, so I don't know yet. I'll leave it off to the side. And then we're going to take some beads. There we go. And I've got a good amount of beads, not a ton. I ended up having to get this thing to put my beads in just because I kind of outgrew this pretty quickly. So, but it's okay. I've still got some open compartments in here, but they just don't hold that much. So I ended up getting this because I just had more beads than what would fit in here. And I'm going to pick a little tassel. And I'll just kind of fly by the seat of my pants. It's always hard to pick these things up. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick some beads. Really no right or wrong. I think I will start by putting on one of these little caps right there. And let's do silver. Actually, I'm going to use one of these back here. let's see how that looks. Yeah, pretty good. So with these little caps, I like to kind of bend them around the bead that I'm working with because they are kind of wide. There we go. And then we can take a smaller, excuse me, smaller one. Put that on there, and let's add some pink. And I've got some crystal ones somewhere. Okay. There we go. So this will be one of our sections. So what I do is I'll hold it like this, pushing the head pin or eye pin as close to the bottom as I can. And then all you're going to do is I take this little gadget and you slide it in here. There's a little hole that it'll poke through on the other side if it's long enough. If it's not long enough, it won't. So you just push it all the way to the edge and squeeze, and it'll cut off the excess, and you just kind of bend it back, and there you have it. And it does leave it open a little bit so that way you can add like this, like your little tassel. And then you can use your pliers or needle nose pliers to just crimp it closed. Okay. Alright, so we've got one section done. Now I'm going to make another section. Okay, so for this one I think I'm going to use one of these little bigger crystals, if that makes any sense. And one of these pink ones. And then this kind of pearlized one. Yeah. See, there's no rhyme or reason, right or wrong. It's just whatever I feel like throwing on there. Push this all the way to the edge as far as it'll go. And squeeze. And kind of finagle it down a little bit. Adjust it as you need. And then it, like I said, it leaves it open just a tad. And I'm going to hook it to the top of this one. Okay. And then we take our needle nose pliers and we simply close it up. Now I will say this makes it so much easier to make those little loops, because I was watching a video on how to do it with like they kind of look like this, but they're rounded. Those of y'all that are into jewelry making know what I'm talking about. And I just looked at that and I'm like, I'm never going to be able to do that. So I actually ran across this on YouTube, and it just made it look so much easier, and I picked it up at Hobby Lobby. I used my 40% off coupon. But you can find them on Amazon. You can probably find them at Michael's too, but Michael's didn't really have any good coupons for me, so I picked it up at Hobby Lobby because it was the same price on Amazon, so might as well pick it up at Hobby Lobby where I can use my coupon. Anyway, so far this is what we got. Kind of like a nice little jointed dangly. So now that we have that done, we can put our beads away. That was probably loud. And now we can get some chain. And this chain I picked up at Hobby Lobby as well. It's with the jewelry making stuff. And I don't really measure anything, I just kind of guesstimate. This is how much I'm going to need. And I just take my little pliers, find where it opens and closes, and I'll take my other pliers and just open that ring. Alright. Okay, now that I have that on there, I will take this end and just put it on there, and I'll close it back up. Alright, so then what I do is I'll take this and probably not fold it in half, maybe a little bit over half, and see, I do need a jump ring. Okay, so now I'm going to take my jump ring. Now some people can open these and close these with their bare fingers. I cannot. I don't know why. My fingers, I guess, they're just sensitive, so I just have to use my pliers to close and open them. On a good day I can close them with one set of pliers, but today my hands just ain't agreeing with me. Oops. Forgot to put my lobster claw on. Hello. Okay. So there we go. We've got that. And now let's put something else on it. What should we put on it? So I don't have too many gold things. We can make this kind of a nautical one. We'll put an anchor, and we will put one of our little word sayings. And you know what? It is okay to mix and match your metals. It is perfectly fine. So I'm going to take another piece of this chain, just a small piece, and I'm going to use it for to hang the little word thing off of. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go probably about 3/4 of the way up, probably a little bit more, and I will hook it on there and close it back up. Okay. And then for our anchor, I will use another jump ring. Open that up. We will add our anchor. And we'll add our chain, and we'll get it closed back up. And there we go. So that is how I make my little danglies. So I do make 2 of them. I will make some out of chain like this, and I will make some where I just use a tassel. And the way I do those is a little bit simpler. Doesn't require any pliers really. But I will just pick a tassel, And some of these have like these little short tassel pieces coming off like that. And all I do is I just take my scissors and I'll just trim those off. There we go. Alright. And so for this, all we're going to do is we're going to find some beads that have a big enough hole for this thread to go through. Like this one. And I just kind of mash it in there. There's probably a better way. I mean, all you professional I don't even know what y'all are called. Jewelry makers, beaders, I don't know, are probably screaming at your phone or whatever you're watching this on right now. But, you know, this is the only way I know that I've figured out how to do it. If there's a specific tool out there that makes this easier, please let me know. But as for right now, this is what I have figured out that works for me. So, just going to pull that one through, and I will use one of these big silver ones, and all I'm doing with this eye pen is I am just using it to push the thread through, or the string, really, it's not thread. Alright, so I literally just figured this out while I was struggling. I just took an eye pin and I just put the string through it and I clamped it down a little bit to where it would close a little bit easier, and that seems to be working. So I learn something new every day. Let's do one of these. And what else? One of these little small ones. Let's see if it'll go through. Okay, maybe not. Okay, there we go. Alright, and we'll just undo this now. Okay. I'm going to put a jump ring. Okay. And there we go. Got it all closed up. And that is the new and improved way that I make the little danglies out of the pre-made tassels. And these tassels I got on Amazon. I will leave a link for them in the description box. So yeah. So that is how I make them. The chain and the little more simple tassel, even though it's really not simpler to make. But yeah, so anyway, that is it, you guys. If you like what you saw, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and leave me a comment as far as, like, you know, what you'd like to see on my channel. And yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.